What's up, y'all? It's me, NATO Mighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. And I'm back with another Pod Book 3 Raising Kanan Season 3 Theory and Prediction video. And today we're going to be talking about famous Kanan and young Ghost and Tommy. Now, there's debate on the internet of whether they showed us the real young Ghost and Tommy or not. And I'm just going to say that being that we saw only one young white boy in the hood, you know what I'm saying, next to a guy who almost looks identical, right, to the guy who played young Ghost in the 1996 final scene of Power, right? Since I have those two, I'm assuming are facts, I'm going to assume that it really is young Tommy and Ghost. And I want to talk about the fact that Famous's unreliability will force Kanan to rely and build a relationship with young Tommy and Ghost. I'm going to talk about the reasons why it can go this way, the reasons why it will go this way, the reasons why it should go this way. This video is going to be another banger, so go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel so y'all can get this fire every day. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. All right, now, I know a lot of people, some people want Famous to die, or they're expecting Kanan to die, or for Ronnie to kill Famous or have Famous killed. So I want to add the disclaimer that we have 5 episodes left. There's enough time for Kanan to build a relationship with young Ghost and Tommy at least a little bit based off of my theory, and there's still time for Famous to die. And I think if Famous dies, it'll be like between episode 8 and 10, if that, right? So I just wanted to put that disclaimer there first, but let's talk about it, okay? So if you go back to episode 5, we know that the episode started with Famous on the phone talking to Kanan. Kanan's in the crib being eavesdropped by nosy ass Raquel, and he's like, yo, Fame, don't F this up. Alright, we gotta get this chicken. Right? Raquel's being nosy, whatever. She asking questions and all that. The next day, magically, randomly, Famous gets locked up. I think Raquel got something to do with it. I seen a video about MovieBot saying the same thing, and I agree with him too, right? Now, this causes more tension and friction between Famous and Kanan, right? And up until now, even though Kanan threatened not to kill Famous, but to beat him up, we can still concur is the right word? We can still confirm that Kanan still loves Famous, even though they're going through a rough patch. If you have a best friend, we all go through rough patches where you have a disagreement with your mans, and y'all might be in the area together and y'all walk right past each other, or y'all won't acknowledge each other. Real brothers always get past that. And I'm talking about your blood brother you'll be that way with. Also your best friend you'll be that way with, right? But we know they having their friction and everything. Also, you got to understand that Raquel is going to continue to do whatever she can to destroy Kanan's business, okay? So in the middle of Raquel, who's probably going to find a way to ruin Kanan's weed business, which is going to work against her because he's really going to end up dealing with Ronnie now. And then he's going to go into the major leagues. He's going to see how fast that dog food's selling. He's never going to look back. So in hindsight, she's sending him on a journey that she tried not to send him on, right? But how this affects Famous is that Famous is not built. Famous not built for selling drugs, right? Even though I thought that he would warm up to it, it seems like he's really not warming up to selling drugs. So if he don't become better at selling drugs, or the show doesn't show him decide to leave rap alone and be a gangster, right? And choose the bread, then Famous is definitely gonna die, because what storyline is there for him to have? But until that point happens, now you're gonna have Kanan. He's gonna have issues with his business, right? He'll run into Ronnie. Ronnie is gonna be like, yo, listen, I'm not gonna be outside like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm socially maladjusted, right? Like Snap said, right? I'm on the spectrum. He gonna be like, I'm on the spectrum. I'm not gonna be outside, but I got this work. You try and get this money, Kanan gonna be like, yeah. You could tell from episode 5 that even though Kanan was weirded out by Ronnie, he's not necessarily scared of Ronnie, which could also foreshadow him eventually killing Ronnie, because Ronnie is gonna be a threat to his family and his mom. Or he'll mess around and kill Famous or something against Kanan's wishes. But anyway, Ronnie's gonna be like, you wanna get this money, nigga? Let's get this money then, right? I got this heroin. Let's get it, right? Famous is gonna be like, whoa, this is a new step. I can't do this, K. I can't do this, K. Right? Maybe, maybe not. Whatever, right? But either way, Famous is going to F it up, because Famous is not a drug dealer. He's not a hustler. He don't got a hustling bone in his body. At least not yet. And it's getting to the point where it's a little bit too late for them to start showing that, right? Because his death is inevitable unless my theory is right about him being in the prison cell with Kanan. Y'all go ahead and check that out. That video got like 55,000 views, right? But anyways, this is where young Ghost and Tommy come in, okay? Y'all know from episode 5 that young Ghost, I'm calling them young Ghost. I'm not even saying alleged no more. And the other little white kid, I'm calling him Tommy. I don't think they're gonna show us another white kid, man. That'd be weird, right? But this is where young Ghost comes in, where he's like, I need to get this money. But by this point, the police have chased off pretty much all the other couriers. But he's gonna remember Ghost. He gonna call Ghost, or he gonna run into him in the street, and he gonna be like, yo, let's get this money. It's a little bit more risky, but the return on investment is gonna be lit. Young Ghost gonna be like, what? He gonna be like, yo, what you talking about? What are you talking about? He gonna be like, yo, this heroin. This heroin. Let me know if you know anybody else who wanna get this money. And Ghost gonna be like, I know one person. Remember the white boy I was with, such and such? Now, if that scene happens, we will know for sure that's Ghost and Tommy 100%. He gonna say some shit like, yeah, you remember the white boy I was with? So, like, you know, with the frail little white boy with the shit on his wrist and all that. He's like, yeah, he official, right? I want them to show us Ghost and Tommy where they're already friends. We could do the backstory and they could talk about how they met, whatever. Talking to Kanan, whatever. But I want them to already be friends. So at that point, right, that's when he gonna rely on Ghost and Tommy a little more. He gonna put the pack in their hand. They gonna flip that John. They gonna flip that John. He gonna be like, oh snap. They getting to it. They getting to it, right? And then this is where, you know, he's gonna keep them under him. They're gonna build this brotherly bond or whatever, right? And in the middle of all of this, Breeze is gonna come into play from wherever the hell he come from. I still assume that it's D-Wiz brother, right? Because I still don't believe it's Ronnie, right? Breeze gonna come into play, but you know, he gonna be like, yeah, I got my little team. Breeze gonna be like, I'm not talking to your soldiers, I'm talking to you. Because Breeze is gonna be in charge. And that's how it's gonna happen. That's how it's gonna happen, man. And then we'll go into season 4, and Famous either ain't gonna be in the picture like that. He might be in jail. My theory is still alive until it's not alive. Until Famous is in a casket. Right? And I will act like he's Ghost, and I'll be like, Famous is gonna come back as Breeze. I will make 1,000 videos about that if y'all keep playing with me. But I think over the course of season 4 is when it'll really have a primary focus on Kanan building his relationship with Ghost and Tommy. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe.